Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa of Silva Creations. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to get on here, and I thought if you guys saw my previous video, I did a flip through of a journal that I made using a file folder. And so I thought maybe I would get on here and show you guys how I made it in case you want to make one for yourselves. So what I have here is one file folder. I got this in a big old box from Walmart, but I'm sure you can find them other places. I'm having a little bit of a trouble with the glare today. I don't know what's going on. It's just giving me a little bit of trouble today, and I need to get a new camera stand or something because I have one of those ones that you just kind of clip to your desk and it's like bendy, but it's not really holding up very well anymore. But anyway, so I have the file folder. Like I said, I got this at Walmart, but yeah, they sell them everywhere, I'm sure. Any office place for sure. So we have that. And I chose this fabric for the spine. This I actually received in my Happy Mail. If you saw that video, it's so pretty. The purple and blue flowers. And then I was trying to decide if I'm thinking I want to use this in there somewhere, because it's cute. I like it. I made that. So I have a few papers here because I wasn't really sure which ones I wanted to use. So I have these ones that are really pretty, and it's kind of just deciding what looks best with this fabric also, because I know I want to use this fabric. And what I think might be best is this one. I think that looks really pretty with that. I chose, did I show this one? I chose this one too, which I think could be really pretty. I think it would go like this. Yeah, I think I might use these two. I was thinking I really wanted to make it with this one because it's kind of like something different. Yeah, I thought I would make it with this one because I feel like it's something different, but I would have to change the fabric, I think. And personally, I think I like the other ones better for this right now. And I think I should be okay using just a couple of those. Let's see. So, okay, this is what we're choosing. Are these the same? No, they're different. So which one do I want on the front? So this one's kind of like wood planks. I'm guessing they probably go, let's say, this way. So I might put this on the inside and this on the outside. So first things first, let's measure out our file folder. And I think, let me just check, but I think I made it 9 by 6 last time. So here's my other one. And yes, it is 9 by 6. 9 by 6. So let's go ahead and cut that down. I think what I did first was cut it down to 9. Like this. There we go. I was trying to figure out which way to put it. So first we'll cut it to 9. Just line that up there. Line up with the 9 at the bottom and then line up top. So hard to get it straight. There we go. And I'm just going to use my knife and I'll cut it. Oh, it didn't cut all the way through. That's weird. I probably need to change my blade. Okay, so now we have it 9 high. And then we're going to do 6 wide. Lining it up, making sure I get it good, because I noticed that I just need to take a little more time on the measurements because that way it comes out perfect. Because before I would kind of wing it and go a little faster, and then I noticed that I was getting a lot of uneven cuts. There we go. Okay, so now we have our 9 by 6 file folder. And then I just hold on to these pieces because I can use them for other things. And now, this is the one I said, no, I'm going to use this one on the front. But we could probably just, I am knocking everything over today. So what I want to do, I don't want it to go all the way to the edge because I don't want it to get that crinkly and like getting caught up on the paper. So what I did with the other one, and I'm going to do with this one, sorry, my girls, they're screaming, is just measure it, just leave a little thin line there. Let me get my pen so I can mark it. And I actually am going to flip it over because I want to mark it on the back side. That's going to be hidden. And what's nice is you can actually just line it up. If you guys can see, on the front anyway, there's the lines. And so I just line it up with this one right here. Makes it easy. But then you can just, it works because then you can just, what am I trying to say? You can just cut double, you know? All right, so I'm marking it. You guys can't see, but I have it all lined up, and then I marked it at the end. And then what we're gonna wanna do is put that on there, line that up on there, because what we wanna do is then mark this for the top. Okay. It's kind of essentially just the same as anything you would do when, you know, when you're cutting papers for the journals or anything like that. So let me go ahead and line up this dot up top with the 9 is where I'm going to line it up. I don't think you guys can see, but it's right there. It's a little hard to get to that angle, so I'm just going to... Okay. And then I'm going to cut. Okay, and I'll save that, of course. And then I will go ahead and cut. I'm going to line up my pink mark here with the 8. Make sure it's kind of even on there again. Because now I've really learning that, you know, I want everything to be just as straight as possible. As even as possible. Okay, so we got that piece cut. Let's bring our file folder back over and line it up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And if we do have any excess, like we do right here, we could just cut that off. Let's see. I might have moved it over some actually. There we go. No, we're good. Okay, sorry, I had to pause there for a minute because I was like, wait a minute, I think I cut it wrong. But no, I didn't. It all lines up. But for a second there, it looked like it was completely uneven. So anyway, for the second piece, I'm just gonna line it up here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut straight down the line. Make sure it doesn't move like it just did. It's a little difficult to see. It didn't go all the way through. I think I need to change my knife blade, but I normally have my husband help because it's hard to get it off of there. You know, you have to use pliers and everything, and so I just normally ask him if he can help me out with that. So I will be sewing around. You don't have to make this, you don't have to sew around. You can just glue it down and you're good to go. But I've been liking the sewing lately, so I'm going to sew mine down. But first I'm going to glue it a little bit. And I just use the Fabrifix. I just don't put too much on. That way it doesn't mess up the machine. Just do it all the way around, not too much on the corners or the sides. I do put a little more in the center because, you know, I'm not going to be sewing the center, so just to make sure it holds down. That might have been a lot. It seemed like a lot, but it's not really. Okay, then we line it up and push it down. There we go. Well, this is going to be pretty, I think. Okay, let's do the other page. Make sure I got this good. It looks like it came out a little uneven at the top. It's kind of thinner than the bottom, but the nice thing is we're not going to know because it's going to be covered by the fabric. So that's good. So again, we're just going to go around. We got the back on, and now is the time to take off any of this excess that you see. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Just line it up and then cut the paper. It's only like a little sliver. So, okay, I was noticing that my camera was set up a little bit weird, so I apologize for that, guys. Hopefully you stuck it out with me. I think I'm gonna trim a little bit off the top here because it looks like it is a little wonky, I guess. After I said I do it this way so everything's even, it's all coming off uneven. I think because it's a little more difficult when you're recording, you know, to really see like where you're cutting and everything. Okay, so that looks good to me. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut. You know, I should have cut the papers for the inside when I cut the outside. That's what I normally do. But anyway, it's the same process. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to cut this and I'll come back when it's all together. Okay, we got the inner covers cut and everything. And then I forget, I like to put my fabric down first on the inside before I what am I trying to say? Before I glue down my paper. So I'm going to do that right now. So I just normally just lay out a little bit like, if you see, here's the center here. So I just go a little bit over. So I don't really measure how much over I go, but I think I'm going to go right about here, like at the 9. Did I cut it? Okay, I'm just going to tear it if it's possible. Okay, there we go. Got it. And now, okay, so now we just want to make sure we cut it. I mean, take some of the strings off. We want it to be flush here and at the bottom. Let me get the fabric scissors. Okay, so I'll go right here. I'll pretty much flush with the bottom. Hopefully I got that good. So let me take these strings off. Yeah, and if there's any excess over the tops, we could just kind of cut it, I believe, is what I'll do. Actually, there's a little extra. I'm just going to cut just a little bit off. But I'm just going to use the scissors because it's hard to tear when you have such a little strip. There we go. Got it. All right, and then with that, I'm not going to use the Fabrifix. I'm just going to use a glue stick. Just a little something to hold it down. And I'll just go like kind of around here. I don't know why it comes out pink on the manila. That's weird. Because it's a white glue stick. Huh, interesting. I don't know if anyone else uses this, the Elmer's Craft Bond. Does that happen to you if you use it on, I don't even know if it's like that on the regular. I've used it before, but I haven't noticed if, you know, it comes out pink on everything. Maybe it's just this paper I noticed, you know. I'm going to just use, because I'm just going to use some Fabrifix here. It might bleed through, but it's okay because it's going to be covered by the paper. Fabrifix is really just the way to go when you want to hold something down really well. Just put a little stream there. Okay. Got this little corner that keeps wanting to come up. Put that down. I don't think you guys saw, but there's this corner over here. Okay, now let's go ahead and get our pages down. It's the same as the front. So I'm going to glue these down and then I'll be right back. Oh, just one thing. I don't know if I said this earlier, but if you aren't going to be sewing it, just make sure you put a good amount of glue on the outsides, on the corners and the sides, because otherwise it will come up. I've had that happen where I didn't glue it well enough, and then it ends up just popping up on me. Okay, I got the inside done. Now, if you notice, I did cut off a little too much down here. I should have just left it how it was. And it looks like a little short on the top too. So what I'm going to do when I add my fabric to the spine, I'm just not going to cut off the tops. What I think I'm going to do is see if I can just fold them over like so. It should be okay. It should look okay. I'm hoping. But, okay, let's measure out how much we want to cut off anyway. Not too much. I don't want too much. So it's just, I don't know if you can see through here, but here's the file folder, and then right here is about the, and I think that's a good length for there. And then here I'm going to cut right by the flowers. I feel like I cut that too short. Or too thin, you know? I don't understand when I'm doing this just on my own, like no big deal. I cut everything perfectly. But then when I'm trying to make a video, it's like everything goes wrong. I don't know if anyone can relate with that, but I'm just going to try it. We'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to put some Fabrifix along the side, through the middle, and I'm going to actually kind of smooth this out because that'll help prevent the bleed through. Something I learned after, I don't know if you guys ever saw my making a junk journal videos, but I struggled so much in the beginning with bleed through. I just don't understand, like, you know, but then now I realize, like, well, you have to flatten it out, you know, so you can avoid that. That's how you avoid the bleed through. Now, sometimes you still might get a little bit. It just depends. But for the most part, it takes care of it. All right, we're just flattening it out. I'm probably going to add some glue out here because this, or I might actually sew around this part. I don't know if I did that on the other one. Yeah, I think I did. So, okay, I'll probably sew around this when we get to that point. Just trying to straighten it out there. But there we go. See, it's actually wide enough. It looks pretty good. And it's just wide enough to where I can pull this over like this, and it should look good. All right, let me just add some glue here. Not too much because we are going to be sewing, but it's nice to have it there to hold it down, you know? All right. Oh, and I didn't get any of that in frame. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a mess today. It's been like a few days since I made a video, and apparently I forgot how to do it already. Or it's just, you know, afternoon. I don't know. But I apologize. I need to put the lid on this. All right, so let's do the top. I guess it's because I get so comfortable working on it that I forget to look at the camera. You know, to see, wait, is it recording? Or is it in frame? You know? There we go. All right, so that took care of that problem. And then, of course, we're going to sew around it still. So it should be good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and I'm going to go sew it, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, there we go. I have it all sewn around the edges. Get that, and along here also. Here's the inside. Now, I still want to add some things to the inside and, of course, to the outside, but we are kind of running up on time, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a part 2 to this. Oh, I made this today. I used my die cut, this shape here, And then I just thought I would add, I don't know why my camera's like jumping like that. I hope it doesn't keep doing that till the end. But I thought this would look really pretty on the cover. Something like that. But I'm just not sure yet what to put on the inside. But I think that would make a really pretty cover. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a second part and kind of put together the insides and decorate up the cover and things. But I'm thinking for sure I want this on the cover. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, if you would please go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe, and go ahead and hit the bell notification so you will know when I upload the second part to this and any other video. All right, thank you so much, guys. Bye.